Right, so nice and easy, let's have a quick recap of the keynote speech. What was revealed and what was talked about. Starting off, of course, with set 18 revealed to be Compendium of Wraith. And I've got to say, from the little glimpses of the art that we've seen, this is going to be a phenomenal set for me personally, right? So the artwork looks gorgeous, gives me real Tales vibes, and that to me personally is the best art set so far. So yeah, it's looking exciting, but what does it contain? Well, it is going to be a supplementary set designed for Silver Age and CC. It will feature 9 card packs with at least 3 rares. So, as per usual with a supplemental set, if you've never had one, they cut out the junk, mostly commons. But this time around, they're giving us a little bit extra. They're giving us 3 rares most of the time, and then, maybe a Majestic and a Legendary, and even extra cold foils. So cold foils are around 1 in 8 packs, and that's pretty exciting. But it doesn't stop there. It also comes with 1 Antiquity pack per box. But what is an Antiquity pack? Well, it is a pack that features some of the most iconic cards from Flesh and Blood's history with some new treatment. So this includes cards like Balance of Justice, sorely in need of a reprint, and Shelter from the Storm, along with a Fable or 2. In fact, 3. There's 3 Fables mentioned for the pack, and the one showcased is Eye of Ophidia, again sporting the new alt frame treatment, and I guess micro text box. So yeah, it does only come in non-foil, but it is still quite the gorgeous looking card. And these Antiquity packs will be 1 per box and give you a whole access to a bunch of different goodies. But if you didn't notice, both the Balance of Justice and Shelter from the Storm do also feature in the set itself as 2 of the legendaries, so most likely coming in non-foil, and then having a nice Antiquity border treatment as a rainbow foil legendary in the actual Antiquity pack. But what about the time frame for the year? So, our little roadmap was shown to contain a lot of goodies. We have Compendium of Wraith and, of course, the Silver Age Chapters 1 and 2 decks releasing in Quarter 1. For Quarter 2, we have Set 19, and then Armory decks, right? So, yeah, there was a little asterisk, and it was noted that some of these Armory deck slots will feature multiple Armory decks, but at the very least, we do know that there will be a new Origins Armory deck for a Warrior Hero Hala, along with Silver Age Chapter 3 for Quarter 2. In Quarter 3, we have Set 20, Armory decks, again, possibly more than one, and then Mastery Pack 2, right? Yeah. We've been told that they're going to get it right, so fingers crossed, but it doesn't stop there. There's also a Mastery Pack again in Quarter 4, along with another Armory deck, or again, 2. I would assume, probably we see the Armory deck Origins, Warrior Hala, and then Aurora is probably on the cards, and then just 1 Armory deck for Quarter 3, and then probably 2 to round out the year, right? In conjunction with that 3rd Mastery set. Again, just because, a bit more lackluster around that holiday period. But what is Hala? Well, if you didn't know, Hala is a warrior mentor featuring way back when for Dorinthia, or I suppose any real warrior, but they've decided to give her the full-on hero treatment, and she will again feature in her own Armory deck, Origins, featuring a new mechanic called Sharpen, and in terms of face value, doesn't look too great, but it most likely links together with some of the other cards that she can play. So action, pay 3, tap, sharpen target sword you control, go again, put a +1 counter on it, but remove all +1 counters from it at the end of turn. So yeah, that is quite the costly effect for not the greatest payoff, so Sharpen definitely has to link to something else. And again, we know that Aura is touted to return around this time, so I do highly suspect that she will be an Armory deck, or maybe in a Set 19 itself, around that Quarter 2 mark. Now, in terms of the more competitive side of things, we did get some more details about Silver Age and hero eligibility, and the way it will work is going to be seasonal rotation, but rotation will be majorly controlled through player voting. So, as it stands, the top 3 heroes voted by the player base will be rotated out of the season, along with 1 hero chosen by the developers. Now, do correct me if I'm wrong, but I rewatched this several times to try and make sure I understood it completely. But the way Brian said it, it's an escalating ban system where the first time a hero is voted out, they will be restricted from 1 season of play. But then if they're voted out again, they'll be banned for 2 seasons, and then a 3rd time, 3 seasons, and that is quite the interesting thought. Maybe it's the way they're going to handle, hate voting, in a sense, where everyone just dogpiles the same hero over and over and over again, right? Because I would assume that if a hero is banned for the season, they cannot be voted for that following season, or something around that sense. So yeah, for now, that's the details we have. But we also have how Silver Age will fit into things across the board in terms of events. So Silver Age will be featured, of course, as early access events through November to January, then the world premiere, and then from March and beyond, it will feature at local game stores and World Tour events. Now, if you didn't see the post, Battle Hardens are on the way out and are being changed to a Silver Age Showdown, at least for 2026, right? Showdowns in general will be rounding out events featuring on the last day, but at least for 2026, we have been promised that they will feature Silver Age. Now, in terms of the actual season, we have Skirmish 13 for the end of this year, and then we say goodbye to Blitz. And then from next year onwards, we have Road to Nationals with CC, some Pro Quests with Silver Age and CC happening in Las Vegas, and then Skirmish Season 14, which will now be Silver Age. But it doesn't stop there. We're also getting a slight tweak to how prizing is going to be handled, and we're getting tournament packs, right? So rather than the certain guaranteed promos that we've seen throughout the course of events, we will now receive tournament packs. And these tournament packs, think of them sort of like gem packs, but a little step up, will feature iconic, common, and rare staples in new art treatment. So this as a participation prize is definitely super exciting. It adds that little bit of randomness, that little bit of a high roll, even if you don't perform as well as you hoped. And overall just features a lot of good cards that are sorely needed in reprints that also might have, a little bit of a premium to them. But other than that, the final thing to say is the level of support that LSS are, of course, continuing to put up for the competitive scene. So the World Tour for 2026 will feature $2 million worth of prizing, and that is phenomenal. I know now and then we nitpick and we gripe and we potentially shit talk a few things here or there, but LSS do a phenomenal job in conveying not only their passion, but also supporting the passions of the player base. So, as per usual, this type of announcement is always wonderful to see. But there we go. Cliff Notes version of the keynote speech for any of you who are a little bit shorter on time than the usual 30-40 minute watch. Hope you enjoyed. Other than that, I will note that the product page for Compendium of Wraith is up, and you should definitely go give it a look because it has a lot of juicy information, and we will definitely be covering that next. Hope you enjoyed. See ya.